Hi guys, so I'm going to show you a new piece of equipment that I've got today, and that's the SBox Radio Scanner radio. Does the same thing as a PSB7, where it scans the waves forward and reverse, but this one actually records as well. First thing to note, talking of PSB7, is that it's roughly the same size as a PSB7. Maybe just a little bit bigger. The bodywork is solid. It's made of plastic, but it's pretty nice and solid. And it's got nice colouring to it too. Weight wise, it's easy, not too heavy. It comes with this really long aerial. I mean, that aerial is massive aerial that it comes with. Downside, why would Ghost Stop go to all the trouble of making this box and not give you a hard case with a little zipper to keep it safe? In my mind, they should have given us a hard case with this as well, with a little zipper. Just something you could keep it safe on investigations and get it out when you needed to. This way, it didn't look like this. Chances are you might scratch it sooner or later. Just a minor fault in my mind, and it's got nothing to do with the box. Now, what has, in my mind, got something to do with the box though, is that you can record on this EVP sessions, which are recorded perfectly. The instructions, however, are not very clear, and you actually have to go onto YouTube to find out how to record the EVP session. Not good. I've contacted ghoststop.com about this, and apparently it's been addressed in the next update. Speaking of updates, they are rather frequent, and the latest update 1.4 is sorted out quite a few bits that need sorting out actually. So, without further ado, let's get these buttons sorted out. I don't think you can see that there. So, top left, that's your first sweep button. To the right of the first sweep button, you have a button there which you can just push if you wanted to do a quick radio scan. So in other words, you turn it on and you just push a button and it starts scanning. Third button along on the top row, forward sweep. The M next to that is a menu button. That's the one you push when you want to transfer between Bluetooth and line in and playback and things like that. Okay, so you've got a file button, bottom row. There's my camera going all blurry now. Sorry about the fact that my camera's all blurry. See if I can get it back in there for you. There you go. So the bottom line on the left is a file button. That's where you go when you've got lots and lots and lots of EVP sessions, ghost box sessions, all on the recording, and you just go there and choose the one you want to listen to. The X button next to that, that's your delete button, and next to that the little dot, record. And after that you've got your torch button, which works even with the device turned off. Now when you're recording, the torchlight button actually goes to red. So when you're charging it rather, not when you're recording. But when you're charging this device, you'll find that torchlight goes to red. On the end, you've got the torch there. Here is your headphone socket. That's just a normal USB socket just here. And next to that, you've got the socket which would be just a normal phone socket. So if you wanted to connect this device to a computer, a laptop or something, you could use that one. And if you just wanted to charge it, just use that one there. That's the best thing about this device too. You can just charge it. So there's no batteries involved. On the top, memory card for all those recordings that you're going to make using this. Volume button just there, and off on button just there, and that's here or there. The actual battery is in that department there. I'm not going to take it off now. Just me knocking the phone flying. So I just knocked the phone flying there. So anyway, you want to see this thing working. First thing I'm going to show you is when you turn it on.
SBox Scanning FM.
Now if you want to find out what version you got, just push your file button here and it comes U1.4. That is the latest version. So it's basically telling you you've got version 1.4 on there. Now you can go forward, you can go backwards. You've got different speeds you can go at. 4 different speeds. 4 is the fastest, going right down to slow. There. Like I said, if you wanted to record anything, you would just start the scan off. I'm just going to show you. To me, that scan rate is just too slow. So it's good that we can just up it a little bit faster. I think I'd be about as slow as I would like to go. Touch it again. And once more. To stop it, you just hit the scan button again and it stops. Now the menu button, as I was saying before, hit the M button.
Scanning AM.
So that's AM.
Line in.
Line in. Now that's when you want to connect a speaker or something like that to it, and you can run that through. But you can also do your EVP sessions using this part here. I'll just show you that right now.
Playback.
There you go. Now I just had to push that 3 times. The record button is the third one across from the left on the bottom row. First time you push it in, you're on line in, and it'll come up and it'll start the SD card. Push it again, it says playback. You've got to push it again, and now we're doing an EVP session. So it's like if I was in a place where spirits were residing, we can now ask for knocks on the wall, things like that. So if there are any spirits here, make yourselves known by making a knock or a sound or something. Maybe you could speak to us through this box. Okay, to stop it.
Playback.
Push that 3 times. The record button is the third one across from the left on the bottom row. First time you push it in, you're on line in, and it'll come up and it'll start the SD card. Push it again, it says playback. You've got to push it again, and now we're doing an EVP session. So it's like if I was in a place where spirits were residing. We can now ask for knocks on the wall, things like that. So if there are any spirits here, make yourselves known by making a knock or a sound or something. Maybe you could speak to us through this box. Okay, stop it. There you go. As good as that. Now just have to push that.
Scanning FM.
Just going to go through to the play blank.
Scanning AM. Line in.
The next one is playback. Oh, Bluetooth, sorry. That's if you've got anything Bluetooth, you can just connect to it. Use it as a Bluetooth speaker, I suppose, if you want to.
Playback.
3 times. And you to hit the X to delete the recording.
Scanning FM.
Now, very loud, sorry about that. Start the recording and push the desired speed, followed by the second button on from the left on the top row to start the scan. So we're now recording this spirit box session. Now, as you can hear, I'm obviously speaking, but I think we're going to have to use external recorders with this device at the moment during these spirit box sessions, because as you can hear, it's not a bad scan at the moment. And while it's recording, you can also change the speed. So it doesn't matter if it's recording or not.
Playback.
Now we're going to play back. Did you notice anything there? You couldn't hear my voice on the radio sweep recording. Kind of defeats the object. If you're asking questions, then you want to hear the answers, then you're going to have to use a external recorder to actually get your questions that you're asking, actually record it properly. That's a downside. Maybe in a future update they will address that. The actual microphone is here somewhere behind the speaker. So that's the SBox. I'm just going to put that down there now. It does have this little tag, which I'll show you. It goes into a little groove just there. So when you're doing sessions, you can stand it up like that. So, what do I think of it? Excuse me. Very good system. Excellent system. Very strong, very robust, nice aerial. Scans on AM, FM, forward, backwards, and at different speeds, from insanely slow to rather quick. Choice is yours as to which you do there. Downsides, it should have had a case with a little zip on it. That would protect it on investigations. The recording on the radio scanner should be able to hear the questions asked throughout the session, not just what's coming through the radio. Big mistake, that one. Because if it records, then if you haven't got a dictaphone with you, it would be ideal if it wasn't for that. Unfortunately, while you're running the radio sweep scanner, you are going to have to use an external recorder. Not a big problem, I suppose, but it's still a down for me. The EVP session. Now, the reason I went through line in there is because they're working on an update. The instructions say go to playback and go through that way. But if you went to the playback on the menu, it doesn't work like that. You have to go into line in, then you push the record button once and you'll see the SD icon in the window. Push it again and the device will say playback. Push it again and your EVP session starts. That is amazing recording, very crisp, very clear. So I quite like it there. I think the memory card that you can put in there, the micro SD card, you can go right up to about 32 gigabytes. Don't really think you're going to need 32 gigabytes. The one I've got in there at the moment is 16. I'm sure that'll do the job just fine. It's got a plus in that it's a rechargeable battery, and doesn't take that long to charge either. Getting from right empty to fully charged, maybe hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Not long at all, really. It does come with a USB port, so anything you get on your sessions, you can immediately, via the use of a USB cable, put it into a laptop or computer or any other device that's got USB on it. The charging port also is the same port that you would find on your average everyday mobile phone. So if you've got one of those mobile charging booster things, you could use that if it was running low on a battery. What else is there? The plus side, if you have an EVP session and you hear something and you want to hear the playback, the speaker is just out of this world. For such a small device, it's a wonderful speaker, and on the playback you will hear if you've got anything on your EVP. It's just perfect for that matter. I rather like the fact that it's got the little stand that just clicks in the back, makes it stand up like that. And the size, of course, roughly the same size as a PSP 7. Can't grumble with that. Pocket size, slip it in your pocket and away you go. So yeah, anybody who is interested in getting one of these, I'm going to be doing a session with one of these, hopefully at the weekend, and we'll see what we can get with them. So yeah, it's just the 3 downsides really. 1, no case. 2, the recording on the SBox scanner when the SBox scanner is running, not the best. You can't hear the questions that the person is asking. And yeah, I like it. So anyway, that's all for now, and I'll see you again sometime when I'll be taking this out for a walk, and we'll see what spirits want to come through on it. So goodbye for now.